so far?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So far?
Yes. Right. Is that one of those questions designed to make us feel comfortable?
5, 4, 3,
Not really.
2, 1. You're on, Dan.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to a fun-filled afternoon. So first up, we've got just a RTC minute. It feels like I should say just an RTC minute, but R isn't a vowel, so technically, am I right?
I agree, but
It feels wrong, doesn't it?
It
So
does.
we've got just a RTC minute coming up in just a moment. Then we've got lightning talks. So we've been really inundated, which was a surprise. And so we're going to elongate our lightning talks. And then we've got our closing session. But first up, I've been told that it's someone's birthday today. Rob Pickering.
Hey.
So can everyone sing happy birthday to Rob? Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Rob. Happy birthday to you.
You have Jason to thank for that. Yes. There's like 14 or 15 lightning talks at a to be defined time that I will randomly choose for hilarious results. So first up is just a RTC minute. Who here has heard of Just a Minute? Very, very few people. We're good, Randy. We're good, Randy. We're good. that is just the thing. Anyway, so not very many people have heard of Just a Minute. It's a show on Radio 4, BBC Radio 4, and people get given a topic, and they have to talk about that topic for a minute. Hence, just a minute. However, it's a little bit more complicated than that. You're not allowed to deviate, you're not allowed to repeat any words, and you're not allowed to hesitate. Thank you very much. I don't know the rules myself.
Hesitation.
And so, these lovely people, James Bodie, Eliza Camber, Sean DuBois, and Evan McGee have all volunteered to make fools of themselves. So they can buzz in so we choose someone to start, and then they start talking about their topic, and then the other three can buzz in and say, they deviated, or hesitated, or repeated themselves. They're allowed to use the words in the topic, which will appear on the screen. Everything else, they're not allowed to repeat, etc., etc. And it's as simple as that. You get scored, and then whoever gets to the end of I think we've got 16 questions with the highest score wins. They don't really win anything, just at life.
Pride.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to hand you over to Kathleen King, but at the same time, be on hand because I wrote this program and it might fail miserably at some point. But we'll see. We'll see. So I'm going to hand you over to Kathleen.
Okay.
And just press, that. And then press that.
Cool. That's nice. All right. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
No, not yet. I'm just going to get ready. I'm afraid that I might be recognised, so I thought if I go from there, I could do, and you know who I am then. Perhaps, I don't know. Political, sorry.
Okay.
I
So
feel like this is a distraction.
Yeah, this
I'm going to hesitate by staring at you. Yeah.
Hold on. I just realised I didn't turn on the buzzers.
It's been a very
How
short
embarrassing.
round.
Yeah.
Mine's all
Thank
sweaty.
you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Great. Thank you. Sorry.
Can we test them?
Yeah, should we?
No. It's fine.
Yours is not lit up.
Yeah.
It'll work. Oh, his doesn't light up. It's fine. It's
Oh,
fine.
it's
It's
fine.
fine.
Okay.
We'll find out.
Oh,
Yeah, they're all
it's already
But
falling
it's-
apart.
been disqualified.
I know, right?
I've chosen at random and randomly decided Sean to start.
So
And
you just Sean can't see the screen, so start now.
Oh.
Talking about speaking at CommCon.
Speaking at CommCon is a once-in-a-life opportunity that befalls a very lucky person that wishes to speak about RTC. If you live outside of England, it's a flight all the way around the world, and you get to talk about things that you enjoy, like WebRTC and Asterisk and SIP.
Oh, that was a little hesitation in there, wasn't it? I was waiting for that. He was running out of steam, I think.
I would agree.
That's my natural tempo.
Well, you got down to you started listing things, and that's
Yeah, oh.
normally a sign that you.
I think I'm going to count it because
Okay.
there's a couple of seconds in that
Okay.
end. So
How many seconds left?
36.
6.
Oh, God,
36?
how am I going to survive that?
all right, are you ready? Speaking at CommCon. You don't look
Yeah,
ready.
okay, ready?
Go.
When I was approached to speak at CommCon, I was first, bloody hell.
Hesitation. Well, you made it 7 seconds.
No.
Yeah, definitely a pause there. Except, all right, ready?
Who's a who?
Eliza.
I
Eliza.
am.
Eliza got it. Perfect.
Who buzzed?
Yeah.
I think we all buzzed.
Go.
All right. So when I was approached to talk to CommCon, it was in San Francisco. And actually Jason came to me and he was like, there is a beautiful event happening in London. And I was so happy to be back in the...
So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna count
Yep,
it. All right,
yep.
ready? All right.
Oh.
Oh, it went to.
Oh, that had it. It's James.
It went to James.
Did it me?
What?
Yeah,
It's
James
fine.
was
I'm
first.
gonna.
Oh, did I?
I'm gonna start manually scoring because bad things are happening.
It probably wasn't me. I was just getting a bit excited.
Just buzz really. Well, you ready?
Well, me.
Yeah. Speaking at CommCon.
The wonderful thing about talking about WebRTC at CommCon is that if you get stuck, you can always engage DTLS secure mode, which means that you go,
Deviation.
no,
Age DTLS on a conversation.
all right,
I'm gonna accept.
all right. I didn't get to the good bit. I was
All right,
going to do my
Evan, you have
handshaking.
2.8 seconds
All right.
to talk about speaking at CommCon. Can you do it?
We shall see.
All right.
Deviation.
No.
No, hesitation.
Decline.
Yes.
Okay, go on.
All right. Hold on. Decline.
Yeah, just press decline and then press start. And then press start.
Okay, go, Evan.
Speaking at CommCon is the thrill of a lifetime. Thank you.
Well done, Evan.
Thank you.
All right, we have tabs versus spaces. Evan, you're up,
Oh,
as you
God.
were the last one on the last round.
All right.
Ready?
Let's do it.
Go.
Tabs versus spaces is an argument that programmers frequently find themselves engaged in. Personally, tabs versus spaces is a thing that I love to think about when I'm laying in bed at night, because it's something that puts me immediately to sleep. The kind of conversations people have about tabs versus spaces are usually quite mundane. They are rooted in specificity and personal preference, which is a kind of object that I do not like to address. People's personal preference.
Wait, that was
Surprisingly difficult.
impressive.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Specificity? What was that word you used there?
Specificity? Or
Yeah, that was impressive. Not bad, eh?
I just gotta. Whew.
26.
34 seconds,
All right.
though. 34 seconds, that was pretty good.
26 seconds, James. Tabs and spaces. Ready? Go.
The first time I started taking tabs in the wide open spaces, don't laugh at it, it's not really funny, and they just want me to burn a whole load of time so that they can dive in at the last moment. I know exactly what your gate...
Stop it!
What? Did I...
I thought it was deviation. Whatever that was, it's not allowed. I believe it's deviation.
It's definitely
Yeah.
working. It was working.
Oh,
for sure.
Well, give it a shot, Sean.
That's fine.
Yeah, Sean can...
It somehow...
Oh, there. He was messing with it before.
I was not.
I could see you pressing it.
Yeah.
And it
All
didn't.
right.
So, there you go.
9.9
All right, Sean.
seconds.
9.9 seconds. Go.
Tabs versus spaces is a problem that has confounded man versus the beginning of time. There's been the wonderful people that use tabs that are always right, and those that... Yeah.
Well done, Sean.
All right.
No,
wait.
I think that I accidentally.
Have you
Can I
broken
just
it?
hit-
You guys are finding edge scenarios
Yeah.
in all of my code.
We are literally just pushing a button.
But I seriously tested this really hard.
You didn't
But-
give it to a tester,
But
though.
obviously not very well. I should have given it to my wife. Anyway. There's no way to bypass this now, so Eliza's got to.
Oh,
start.
great.
I'm sorry. I'm really. Sorry. Like I said, there's no winners. Just at life.
Just
so
just
it's just fun.
losers?
Yeah, just losers. Me.
Just losers.
Me. So
Anyway, this round's going to be good.
We're all winners.
Eliza is going next. Sorry.
Mobile phone addiction. Ready?
Ready.
Go.
Mobile phone addiction has been a very recent issue to the community and to the society.
What have you done?
I'll take care of that. That's what I'm here for.
What have you done?
I've done any... Well, I tried to.
You've got my React app in a bad state.
Well, that,
So that's currently with Evan.
Yeah.
that's so unfair.
All right. Accept that. Evan, you ready? 48 seconds. Mobile
Sure.
phone addiction. Go.
Mobile phone addiction is a problem that is pervasive amongst the young people in society today. Walking down the street in Los Angeles, you'll see folks glued to their mobile device as they promenade towards and backwards from the theater to the beach.
Oh, 34
I was
seconds.
in my mind actually walking
yeah.
towards the beach, so I got distracted.
Yeah, we're running out of directions. We're
They were going up, down, or orthogonal.
forwards, backwards, anywhere.
All right, James. You think you can do it? Mobile phone, 34 seconds. Go.
Mobile phone addiction is something which is very personal, very close. Oh, God. No,
Sean, press yours. Sean, press yours. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Sean was first. There-
Okay.
I figured out what's wrong
Okay.
with the thing. Sean's going next. No, Sean, stop it.
Oh, now it doesn't work. Oh, there.
Shot him over time.
Okay. That's not Tim,
Sean,
is it? No.
press yours. What? What is wrong? I'm so sorry. I feel like
Have
I've.
you tried to turn
It's
it
fine.
off
You
and
just
on
do
again?
the manual buzzer.
I'm really.
That one.
Yeah.
Should
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What happens if I try and do it from here?
You can't.
Not at all.
Oh, maybe it might. No, I don't think it'll work.
Will it break it?
More than it's
Break
al-
it
more than it's already
break
broken.
it
Yeah, right. Oh, keep going.
All right.
We'll give it to Sean.
Yeah, look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the point. It's fine.
All right.
So, carry on. Sean can go, and I'll just manually,
Adjust it.
Yeah, go for it, Sean.
Yeah.
All right, ready? Go.
Mobile phone addiction is a problem I don't find I have when people with hair as beautiful as James are staring straight at me into my peripheral vision. But mobile phone addiction,
No one else pressed their buzzers. You'll break it. That was Eliza.
Yeah, go on.
That was a bit of a deviation there.
yeah, no, it's, I got nowhere to go.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that hair
Yeah, I
really was
really.
a deviant
Right.
thing, wasn't it?
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. So mobile phone addiction is very intense yeah. Found it myself.
Yeah.
Maybe I should press the button.
All right,
Can I do
James.
it?
11 seconds. Go.
It could be considered that you have mobile phone addiction when you carry habitually in your pocket more than 2 or 3, or in my...
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Oh, you could have got him on all.
I know.
You could have got him on all.
I know, but he fought for that one.
Yeah, and it was my specialist subject.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. As a man who wore a SIM necklace for many years.
Indeed.
All right, residential conferences, James. You have 60 seconds. Ready?
No. Okay,
Residential conference?
go.
Go.
I have to say how much I appreciate residential conferences like CommCon 2019, where everybody who attends has a simply spiffingly wonderful time, and it is all thanks to the wonderful and...
Repetition is wonderful.
It probably was, yeah.
First.
Yeah.
didn't get to my name.
I know. My heart goes out, but got to play to win.
All right, Sean. You ready?
What?
Yeah.
Son of
I just hit it because I heard you hit it. I had no idea.
Go for it, Sean. You take this one.
Oh,
Ready? Go.
residential conferences, it's important to thank the people that put on. I wouldn't go up stage and wax and wane unless I would thank someone like Dan.
Repetition of thank.
There's a lot of thanking going on.
Yeah.
You should support us. We're trying to thank you, and you're.
I'm going to decline that. I'm going to give it back to you.
Whoa!
Yeah.
This is not kosher.
Really?
It's an
Decline.
extra point for sure.
Yeah, the decline button doesn't
Like, whose line is it
work.
anyway?
It does work if it works, like, you know, how I programmed it. which is- this is not a good advert for Nimble Ape Limited at all.
Try hitting the button one time. See if that does anything. No.
He's got a dodgy button.
Yeah.
All right, Evan.
Oh yeah.
Evan, you're up. 33 seconds, residential conferences.
Well, you bet.
All right. Go.
Thank you to Dan Jenkins for putting on CommCon, the world's best residential conference. Being in London at this time of year is...
Deviation, we're not in London. Oh! We're nowhere near bloody London.
That was really good, James.
Touche.
Well, you can't argue that, can
No,
you?
you can't. I'm sorry.
The problem is I've now got 25 seconds.
Yeah, you ready? Go.
Waking up in the morning here at this one, oh God,
Just keep taking it back.
right. Am I still going? No.
Sean, you get this one. Yeah.
Oh no.
Or Eliza, you get it?
Oh, no.
Perfect.
Oh, there.
Hey, everyone.
Okay.
Sorry. Stop breaking my thing.
Right. Go.
Residential conferences, while the topics and the things you'll talk about are wonderful, you need to watch out for the people that you'll run into. Perhaps the people you'll do the game show.
Repetition of people.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, people. Watch out, people. Yeah, no.
Yeah, definitely multiple people.
You're getting sharp. This is.
Whew, this game is really.
Yeah, we're going to have to
I'm
take
sweating
it
hard
off
up
it,
here.
right.
Yeah.
You ready?
Right.
Right. It's a
Oh,
good
boy.
thing we put you at the end.
This is not really competitive or anything, is
No,
it?
not at all.
7
All right.
seconds.
Not at all.
Elisa?
Yes.
Residential conferences, go.
So this is my first residential conference. Before this,
Oh, it's 1.9 seconds.
Just say it in Greek. Just say it in Greek. No one will
That's
bother
the
you.
way it works, isn't it? That's
Poor.
A second left, and you take it
That
away.
was
a
cruel,
definite-
James.
there was a definite pause in there. Rather drag it out a
pausing.
bit.
There was like half a second of pausing.
Yeah, I'm going to decline that one.
Oh, tough call. Tough call.
Here, here.
Can't decline that one.
No, it's fine.
I don't know what's happening. Press D on the keyboard.
For destruct.
No. No,
For the story.
you guys have just broken it entirely. It's fine. I am keeping score.
Okay. All right, well, James, you're up. You have 1.9 seconds. Residential conferences. Can you do it? Go.
Residential conference.
I'm sorry, James. I'm not giving you a point.
Why not?
All right, we have Agile Development. This is a good one. Ready? James? I think
James.
No.
it's with you.
You wanted to pause me for like half a second, so now talk.
All right, okay.
Set, go.
Agile development is probably not as super as many people would. Oh, I don't care anyway. Bloody boring subject.
That's Sean. That's Sean.
Yeah, there you go, Sean. Ready? Go.
Agile development, as the Webster Dictionary defines it, is development that is agile. And you have to question, what does it mean for agile development? Does it mean you develop agile? Does you agile develop something? These are all the questions one needs to ponder when developing agile. As you shuffle into the room in the morning and prepare, half asleep, to move the stickies across the board and avoid getting yelled at, you have to question, were you really
Question of question.
Yes.
I don't want that question.
Very questionable.
That's a question.
Very questionable.
All right, 25 seconds.
Okay.
Ready? Go.
Agile development is the new trend in the startup world and also the agencies world. Yep, found it.
Obsession of world. Yeah.
World.
Yep, found it.
Okay, back to
So
Sean.
that was Sean.
Is your buzzer not working?
I don't know.
Okay.
It was Sean.
Okay.
He's catching up.
Okay.
Ready? Go.
There's so much to say about agile development, almost as much as I said before, but I'll say it again. Agile. I'll say it again.
Evan. All right, 12 seconds. You can do it.
You bet.
Go.
Every morning I get up and do 3 hours of yoga. I make sure that I'm limber.
Oh, that's just a lie. You do not do 3 hours of yoga.
I can't even touch my toes. It's terrible. Oh.
Deviation.
How you get agile to
technically-
develop?
It's a deviation.
Oh.
Yeah, but you didn't press your button first.
I did.
Eliza did.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not quite sure.
there we go.
Nope.
Whoever
James.
All right, give it to a lead.
All right, James, 7.7.
Oh, right, okay.
Agile
What are we talking
development.
about?
Agile development, James.
Okay.
Ready? Go.
As I was agilely and nimbly bouncing between development centres in somewhere which was... Oh, God. Thank you.
Is that really the next topic?
Take a breath.
James,
Take a
go.
breath.
Yeah, take a breath.
Take a breath. Yeah, take a
Breathe,
It's quite hot under there.
Yeah, breathe. Gosh, that is hard work, particularly one of these on you.
Well, James, for the next 60 seconds, you get to talk about James Bodie.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
You're most welcome.
All right, ready? Go.
This is a subject which I think I may be the subject matter expert in.
Deviation.
Repetition of subject.
Yeah.
Oh. Evan.
You talked about yourself too much.
Yeah, you have it, because I want to hear what you say about me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got a lot to say on this topic.
Yeah.
All right. 55 seconds. Go.
I first met James Bodie at an Astracon about a number of years ago. I walked into a conference room. It may have been the actual hall where vendors set up and display their wares for sale and consumption. And back in the far corner of the room stood a resplendent man in a necklace of SIM cards. As I walked towards him, I realized to myself that this was a person I needed to become friends with because he was holding a glass of white wine, and I did not know where the bar was. As I proceeded to follow him and damn it. Yep.
It's a reputation of him.
Yes. Right.
I would have said deviation like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to know where it was going, and it's great watching Evan going, ooh! This is one I don't want, this one, so...
All right.
can make it up.
Lisa, 19 seconds. You think you can talk?
Just look
No.
at the
James?
inspiration. You can stroke it if you like.
Ooh, that's for good luck. That's for good luck.
I'm not complaining. Right. Right, here we go.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Go.
So James Body is a person that I actually just met, well, a few days ago during a breakfast, and we had some chit-chat over there. How is it?
Well, I don't know. There's something nasty going on. Hesitation. Was that?
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's up to Kathleen.
Yeah. Jitter buffer.
Yeah, since we
No,
can't actually change
give it
the
back.
password.
Give it back to Eliza because I was enjoying that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's have some more.
Let's do more. More chit chat with James.
Yeah. Come on. Keep going.
I'd accept it personally.
Yeah, I'm going to accept it.
And
Sean, are
let
you ready?
Sean can have a go at James.
8.8 seconds. You got this. Go.
In the 10 minutes I've known James, he's gone through a wonderful amount of changes. His hair has sprouted, which is amazing. For someone I've never known, I didn't know he was so focally.
Noon is not a word.
Noon is not.
Someone have ever noon? I've also nooned James for quite a long time.
Yes, I met him around noon. I noon him. I met him at noon. It's a verb. It's American.
It's true.
Well, what
That's
do you think,
fine.
Nicholas?
All right, Evan. You
Is
have a
this
point.
is this an atomic
Point.
clock? What's the precision on this clock?
It seems to slow in those last 10
Yeah.
seconds measurably.
Ready? Go.
James.
Hesitation. Got him on that one. He was too slow. Did I get it?
No.
Oh my God, the worst talk I ever saw.
Yeah.
But Sean did press his buzzer, so it's.
No, I didn't. Well, I pressed my buzzer. No, I pressed
Evan,
my
press
buzzer.
your buzzer.
Oh,
there you
we
go. Evan, press your buzzer. Oh.
It was me. I pressed
Turn
it.
it off and on.
Sean pressed it. Okay. I can't be. No. I don't know. James can go.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
not again.
Something's jamming the signal.
Can't stop
Yeah.
the signal, Mal.
Yeah.
James, are
The
you ready to
worst
talk about the worst?
talk. I'm trying to remember the
Wow.
worst talk. Because you never remember. Okay, let's go.
Ready? Go.
The funny thing is, you never ever remember the worst talk that I ever.
PlayStation.
Was that? Yeah. Okay. If you're going to be like that, okay.
No, you were like that. Yeah. And I am the only one that's a non-native English speaker.
Okay. No, it's fine.
That's, oh, wow.
We need more diversity on this panel. So, come on, bring it on.
Well, you'll take it in like 5 seconds, but.
All right, Eliza, worst talk ever. Go.
The worst talk I've ever saw was actually my talk because it was horrible experience. I had the projector right in front of me and I couldn't see my slides. I also had a very small preview in my yeah.
In my. Yes.
That's the word I was looking for.
So I think that's bang to rights with a hesitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Decline's
We'll
not
see.
working, so like just accept
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it's all acceptances, but. All right,
Yeah.
James.
The problem is I've got to talk for 38 seconds on this dark subject. So
Ready? Go.
this is probably the worst talk I have ever saw. The English here is absolutely appalling, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you.
Hesitation. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Fair cop.
All right, Sean, worst talk you've ever seen. Go.
The worst talk I ever saw was when they put 4 people up on stage to talk about nothing.
No.
No, it's in the title.
Talk.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Oh, okay.
Well, I can't decline it, so you might have to hit your button a couple times.
This definitely worked when I tested it.
That's what the dev always said.
Yeah, that's
Definitely worked.
It's worked in staging.
Okay. What? I think
Just
it's
is it. Just accept
I
it.
think it's
Just keep going with it,
it's
Kathleen.
James. It's
All right,
Keep going
James
with it.
now.
Yeah.
gotta give it.
Well, you
James, where's
still keep going.
Ready? Go.
Mickey Mouse and, and the rest of the speakers who were part of the worst talk that I ever saw were at Astricon one day, and they popped through the doorway, and lo and behold, there was David Duffett sitting there, and would you believe it? He wasn't wearing a stitch of clothing.
Don't stop that story. I want to hear more.
All right,
Is David in here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
fully
sorry,
clothed in the
David.
back.
I'm really sorry. I don't mean to keep butting in, but I'm really looking forward to watching James talk about diversity.
Do I have to keep on going?
Yeah,
Ready?
you won the last round.
Okay, God, okay.
You keep winning, James.
Yeah.
Go.
I really enjoyed Mira's talk about diversity this morning. She's one of the wonderful. Oh God, keep going.
Yeah, I was like that hesitation. Yeah.
Well, I didn't want it anyway, so come on.
Yeah.
All right, Evan. Go.
I too enjoyed Mira's talk this morning on diversity. Diversity is something near and dear to the hearts of anyone who is empathetic with the class of employees or damn it.
Yeah, there was a bit of hesitation in there. wasn't
Yeah.
there? Okay,
Okay, James.
39 seconds.
Go.
We are so lucky here in the United Kingdom because we have such a rich history of accepting in people from far and wide, from lands.
Yeah, I was like, which lands?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to go onto the list.
Yeah. Conquering them is not the same.
Yeah.
Ooh, from the American, right? Yeah.
Yeah, just loading the list was a bit slow there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, Evan. Go.
Diversity is something that in America we treasure highly, and we're very terrible at it. We talk about it a lot, and there's not actually really much outcome in it. It dominates the news cycle. It dominates the...
Dominates the what? That was a hesitation. So 13 seconds, 13 unlucky for some.
dominates.
All right, Elisa. Diversity. 13. You can do it. Go.
All right.
Absolutely. I have some diverse.
I'm just going to stop the clock here for a second. Well, we
Well,
just need to argue over what's happening.
I don't actually know what just happened. I was looking at my clock going, oh, we're actually
yeah,
overrunning.
we started,
I
then we stopped.
I've got far too into this, and I stopped looking at my watch, and we've overrun. So,
Yeah, that's
well,
minus 5.
Due to my manual scoring that I've been doing, James can remove 2.
What?
So
That is just so. He's picking on me because I'm old and I've got hair.
Well, Evan,
who is
you.
next? Evan.
Yeah,
Evan's currently green, so
picked
you've
it
got
up.
to stay.
All right. Go.
We should all celebrate the diversity in any environment which we find ourselves, day in, nighttime, mornings of, during tea.
Well done.
Well, and that has to be the end of just a RTC minute, I'm afraid. I mean, that was a hoot. I'm not sure whether or not it would have been better or worse without my poor programming.
We'll never know.
Maybe we'll do it again, and I'll outsource it to someone. They can do it better than I
I hear
can.
Nimble Ape is quite good.
They are
Yeah.
pretty good most of the time,
Yeah.
and they're not, trying to organise a whole conference and get everything else done. So thank you very much, you four, and Kathleen. Would you like to know the manual results and how much they were wrong?
No, I like that. I like your illustrator.
So
quite
on the
clever.
screen we've got James Bodie as 10, Eliza as 8, Sean as 9, and Evan as 9. So on the screen, James won. However,
Bum, bum, bum.
James actually got 7. Eliza got 7. Evan got 9.
Whoa.
Sean got 10.
Yes! Huzzah!
Would you like to say a few words?
I don't know the rules, so I don't know how it won.
Blatantly
somehow,
untrue.
somehow.
Thank
I
you.
mean, you win at life and just a RTC minute.
Thank you for this honor.
I'm so pleased I could help bestow it. Yeah, exactly. So thank you very
Thank
much,
all.
you
Yeah.
four.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, so we need to move on very quickly. So if you could, if you four
Yeah.
could disappear,
Get off the stage.
and Kathleen could disappear. Thank you.